Hey, welcome back to YDG Cowboys. And of course, YDG stands for You're Doing Good Cowboys. How is everybody doing? It is football season. Welcome back. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. What do you think about our first game, guys? There's a lot of promise with our Cowboys. I see a lot of potential. I think we're going to be all right with Michael Parsons gone. I do. I think we're going to be just fine. Reasons why. So you got to understand something, guys. When we played the Eagles last year, we had, I think, a total of 4 pressures, maybe. 1 sack. This year with Clocker in the middle, he makes our team better. You had a total of 6 pressures and 1 sack. Now, the whole problem that we could have that took, well, I'll say this: the whole problem on the reasons why we lost this game is because, for one, not enough Pickens and too much Lamb, or too much Lamb, not enough Pickens. I understand CeeDee Lamb is getting paid $30 million. I get that. And George Pickens is up and coming and waiting for his new extension. I understand that. But I think he went to the well too many times. Way too many times. And Brian Schottenheimer, he called a perfect game. I mean, the motion in the offense, the run versus pass, it was a perfect game. We should have won that game. The Cowboys had a chance to win, and we should have won it. And our $30 million wide receivers let us down. Now, Jake Ferguson also dropped the pass in the end zone. And they always tell us, even playing sports, if the ball hits your hands, you got to catch it, no matter what collision you see coming. No matter what. So we should have won that game. We should have. But I'm proud of our boys. I'm sure you are. And I think we can get better, and I think we're going to learn from this. But I'm going to tell you, man, Clark makes our team a whole lot better. He makes our team a whole lot better. The reasons why I say that, do you know they were only averaging, when he was in the actual game, 2-point-some yards per carry? And when he was out of the game, it's probably around 5-some yards per carry. But still, we held Saquon Barkley to like 60 yards in this game. And Jalen Hurts, who is really a running back quarterback, to 61 yards. Now, Eberflus should have adjusted his scheme way earlier in this game. Way earlier. He should have sent a spy on Jalen Hurts. And I was yelling that during the whole game. I don't know what took so long. But you got to understand something, guys. I did learn. You have to understand this. When you have the pass defense in there, then that's the pass defense. It's not the run defense. And you're playing zone bracketing their players. Because you got to understand, A.J. Brown and Smith were shut down. A.J. Brown didn't catch a pass until well in the third quarter or fourth at the end of the game. So we did an excellent job in our back end with the cornerbacks and the safeties and so forth. We did. We really did. So our pass defense was really good. But when you're in pass defense, that's not run defense. So Hurts was able to get outside on the edges, what leads to this other statement I'm going to make. Donovan Ezeracco, or Eazy-E, found out what an all-pro offensive line looks like. And yes, they were holding a little bit, but you got to set the edges. You cannot let Hurts get outside of that pocket. And that's what he done. Dante Fowler, got to set the edges. So if we had Micah Parsons along with Clark, now we're talking. But I'm not going to say I don't miss Micah. But I'm not going to say, would we have done any better if roles was reversed? I actually think we probably would have done worse. Going back to that Green Bay game in the playoff of last year when they ran the ball down our throats and we had Micah Parsons on the team. So we're much better off with Clark, the guy that we picked up from Green Bay. And Clark was an absolute beast in this game. Driving the center back into the quarterback. The stunts, our defensive line really played well. They really did, with Nealon and Osa. And Jay Toya came in there and did okay. But I have to go back and look a little bit more at the game and watch some of the. I need to go back and do a little bit more research and just see how our cornerbacks room really looked and how our safety room really looked. But our linebackers played okay. They could have played better. I really think the roles are kind of reversed now with our guys. With our guys, you have Murray and Sanborn, and I think Luafau should have played a lot more. Because Sanborn is just not, he did okay, but he's not as athletic as Murray and Luafau. Very smart linebacker, but I think we could have done better for that. It got Luafau in there a lot sooner. And at the end, the second half, when Eberflus started to blitz the corners, that's when Jalen Hurts started running around with his head down. We started creating a lot more pressure then. But that should have been done after the first quarter. He waited way too late for that. But let's go back to the topic at hand. Get Pickens involved, man. Get George Pickens involved. Throw him the ball. He's always open. Man-to-man coverage, George Pickens is always open. Just don't overdo it with CeeDee Lamb. I get it. He's our number one guy. He gets paid $30-some million a year. But I don't care. If you're trying to win games, you have to be balanced. You cannot expect CeeDee Lamb to get 20-some looks and George Pickens to get 3. Now, I know I'm exaggerating a little bit on that stat. Well, a lot of it, but still, it was like 15-3. So you got to get Pickens involved. You have to, especially with a beast like that. He gets frustrated, then he starts throwing players around, and he gets a penalty. So you got to give him in the game. You got to get him involved. And I hope when we play the Giants and we beat the Giants this coming game, that Pickens is and more so the game plan this time. So we have to get him involved. But guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and subscribe. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on You're Doing Good. YDG, of course, stands for You're Doing Good Cowboys. But this game, to me, the arrow's pointing up on our Cowboys. There's no moral victory, so or whatever the case may be. We did lose the game. We had a chance to win. CD has to come up with these passes, man. You cannot drop 4 passes in the game, not getting paid $30 million. I don't care if it's raining, snow, sleet. It don't matter. You don't drop the pass. You just don't. And Dak was on fire. Dak looked like the MVP, Dak, of last year before he got hurt, or the year before. Dak was on fire. Now, as far as Spitgate, when I saw Jalen Carter, well, one thing about it, I was always taught is to never spit or never kick or put your feet on anybody, because my parents would kill me. And I'm the same way. Jalen Carter, and I understand Dak did the right thing. I commend Dak on doing that. But I don't know if I could have held back. Joe Milton might have been playing that game. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, Joe Milton would have been playing that game. Now, they show a video of Dak doing the same thing. But from what I hear, every time we huddle before we get ready to get line up, Dak forms a huddle and goes between his offensive linemen and spit. He does this like a ritual. But when he done it this time, he looked at Jalen Carter and winked and smiled. That's when Jalen Carter said, "You spitting at me?" Instead of him spitting at the ground, he decided to do something the most disrespectful and despicable. And in some states, it's a criminal act. By spitting back on Dak. So I don't know. Should he be suspended? Absolutely. Should he be suspended for the rest of the year to prove a point? I think so. But that's all I got to say, guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. YDG Nation, stand up. Cowboy Nation, stand up. You're doing good, Cowboys. Talk to you soon. Let's get ready to beat those Giants. You know what? Peace.